Welcome to the Gatemen Postgame Show. Sam Corman, Jacob Tobey. I'm Connor Federico. Thank you for joining us right off the heels of a 4-1 victory for the Wareham Gatemen. They sweep a home-and-home against the Cotuit Kettleers in style.
Yeah, in style, and your starter, Miller Hogan, goes now the longest starter has gone for the Wareham Gatemen this season, 7 strong innings. Took the no-hitter into the 7th. And obviously couldn't get it done, but hey, that's a one-hit baseball. That is a great outing from your starting pitcher. Tanner Dodson comes in, lets up the home run, but hey, it doesn't really matter. That run's not going to hurt you. It's still a 3-run lead. So overall, the pitching was great. The bats finally score 4 runs again, which we haven't seen in quite some time. So all in all, a great win here tonight at Spillane Field. They take 2 from a Kettleers team that was first place for a little bit.
And this is the last time Miller Hogan will wear the Gateman uniform in this summer. He's going back on an innings limit, only a first-half player. He'll return back to the St. Louis University a little better than he came.
Absolutely. Coach Jim Lawler done an incredible job, as he does with all the pitchers. With Miller Hogan especially, though. Miller Hogan came in here, his first outing was a little bit rough, and then he's just gotten better and better as the season's gone on. The changeup, but the changeup has just improved so much. But this was the first day that we really saw his fastball be the go-to pitch, and he was getting guys to swing over the top of it, up and at the chest sometimes. When you're getting guys to swing high at your fastball, low at your changeup, it's a good combo for Miller Hogan. And he didn't even really have to use the curveball that much to do what he did, and it was pretty impressive to watch.
Our Claudia Chakamian is with the man of the hour for the final time, Miller Hogan.
Thanks, guys. I'm here with the Gateman player of the game, Miller Hogan. Miller, you went 7 innings today, longest you've gone all season here. So what was your mindset going into the game, knowing that this is a very tough Cotuit team to try and get them out?
Well, it's my second outing against them, but the biggest thing was I knew it was my last time out, so I just really wanted to give everything I have, leave it all out there, and end on a good note, and so I was able to do that.
Yeah, and you entered this game 16 scoreless consecutive innings. Now you're finishing it with 22 consecutive scoreless innings. Was that something you really wanted to keep track of and go for in today's game?
Obviously, you want to go out, you never want to give up any runs, but it's tough to, really mentally say, I'm going to go throw 20 scoreless innings. But it's just the biggest thing is you just got to one pitch at a time and, make adjustments throughout the game, feel your pitches out, that kind of thing.
Like you said, today was your last start for the Gatemen. What's something that Coach Lawler and the rest of this pitching staff has really helped you with and you've learned from all of them that you can take back to school with you in the fall?
Lawler and I kind of have a little bit of a different relationship, I guess, than a lot of the guys, because when I first got here, he watched a pen and he asked, if there was anything I really wanted to work on. And I'm like, I don't know, I feel pretty confident. And so we don't exchange a ton of words, just kind of some mutual respect. If I wanted to work on something, I would have asked him for sure, but he just laughs about it because I never talk to him, and so he's always saying in bullpens and stuff like that, he wish he heard my voice a little bit more, but I don't know.
So is there anything you're really going to miss about playing here with these guys, and any really great experiences you had here?
The guys on the team are great. Everybody gets along really well, and it's a different atmosphere here, obviously, than school when it's just, wake up, you go to the field every day. You don't have to worry about class or anything. So it's just pure baseball, and obviously I'll miss that when I'm in class in September. So.
Oh, great. Thanks, Miller. Congrats on a great game and a great season. Back to you guys.
Thank you very much, Miller and Claudia. And guys, now we turn our attention to the offense. It was a bit of a better performance tonight. They finally got those 4 runs we were talking about.
Yeah, I really like what I saw from the offense. The Cotuit rough defense with 3 errors did not really help themselves out, but the Gatemen offense was good enough to get the win and to provide some support for Miller Hogan, especially early in the game. It was really important to get that early run. I think it was the second inning, and Stephen Kwan. The guy has been unbelievable. He hit his first extra base hit today, and this was his 7th multi-hit game, and this was game number 12 for him. It's unbelievable what he's doing. He just seems to always find the gaps, find the holes in the infield, and can't really ask much more from him. One thing I do want to see better from the base running. Saw 3 rundowns today. McIver and Kyle Casters was wild in between third and home. So, the scoring on that, as you mentioned, it was like pie. It was just like 7 numbers. It was wild. But the base running has to be better. You can't get caught in rundowns.
Right.
In close games, those are going to be big plays.
But at the same time, though, that first run that the Gatemen scored was on a nice play from Jaron Duran coming home on the wild pitch. So got to give him credit. But, yeah, I agree. Base running has been an issue. Willie McIver's been caught a couple times, especially. And with him leading the league in stolen bases, you'd think that, it'd be a little better on the base paths. So he's seen that success. He's also seen that struggle on the base paths. But, it will improve over the season, but needs to get better.
Well, for the second straight night, Jacob, Tristan Pompey has an RBI in a game against the Cotuit Kettleers. How has he improved in the last week or so?
My Lord, he is just showing why he was one of the Kentucky's best players. Hits the ball really deep. You saw him make a very, very nice catch up against the wall in right field. His second, Sports Center top 10 type move out there in right, and saw him shagging balls out in center field earlier in batting practice today. So wonder if we'll ever see him in center field, but he's just finding his stroke. He walked again today, which we say it over and over again. He led Kentucky in walks, so his pitch selection has gotten a lot better, and he's just finding his groove. Don Sneddon knew it would come. It just didn't know when it would come. Now's a great time down the stretch here towards the All-Star game in the second half of the season. Yeah,
also that RBI double of his opposite field. I mean, that's been the knock on him from scouts is he can't hit opposite field, and double off the wall. He almost went over the fence down there by the 330 sign, but just a little bit short of that. But still, pretty good to see him go opposite field right there.
The one thing I wonder is now he'll be in the home run derby, his second in about 2 weeks, or being named in 2 weeks rather. Will that bring him back to revert him after he came back from his first time? We'll see that, but hopefully it doesn't, because this Gatemen offense desperately needs Tristan Pompey.
That swing is something Don Sneddon has worked with him a lot on, and now we'll send it to our Claudia Chakamian with Coach Don Sneddon.
Gatemen scored 4 runs tonight, something that's been struggling for them. So were you happy, especially with that key situational hitting early in the game, and is that what you wanted to see it continue to do?
Well, I'm obviously never completely happy, but I'll take 4 runs the way we've been scoring. But, we still had a couple opportunities to just, again, make productive outs, and we didn't do that. But we did get a 2-out base hit tonight. So I guess, I'll have to take that one. But I'm still hoping for better improvement in that area.
Now, you swept the home and home with Cotuit these past few days. So does that mean a lot to you guys for the progress you guys are making, sweeping a very tough opponent in Cotuit?
Well, we had to do something like that. We're running out of days in this stuff, and we got to start playing well to get into this playoff thing. So, the pitching was just dominant. I mean, to hold that team to 1 run speaks highly of what that pitching staff just did.
And now you finally have an off day tomorrow. I think the last one you have of the season. So do you think that's a good time for these guys to kind of recharge, or do you think they're having a good thing right now over these past 2 games and you want them to keep going?
Well, I mean, it's always welcome. We do have the All-Star game, and that's a day, and we go to Fenway. But then after that, it's 11 straight with that. But, I don't think we're tired. It's like Hogan right there. He wanted to stay in the game. He had a no-hitter going, and I had to call his coach during the game and say, hey, listen, this is what we got, because he's near his or innings limitation. So I called his head coach and his pitching coach and said, hey, this is what we got, kind of run him back out. So they gave me permission to run him back out, and then he gave up a hit. And if he didn't give up a hit, he might have gone back out again. That would have been another phone call.
So now the pitching seems to be pitching has been, like you just said, dominant, and the hitting seems to be clicking a little bit. So what can you really expect and you really want to work on over these next couple games? Like you said, you need to get those wins.
Well, you're going to see different pitching. I mean, he's leaving and Matulovic is leaving, so we're going to have to go to our pen, and some of those guys are going to have to step up and throw some big innings for us. So they've been chomping on the bit down there in that bullpen to get in some games. So it's their time to step up, and we'll see how they do.
Great. Thanks, Coach. Back to you guys.
Thank you very much, Claudia. And guys, for the final time in this Cape Cod Baseball League season, the Gatemen, they have a true off day. Who's excited?
I am excited. Well, it might be the second to last one because there's one right before the playoffs. Depends on if this team does make the playoffs. But nevertheless, an off day is very, very seldom here on the Cape, and I'm very excited. Going to the beach again. Why not?
Excited. I'm waiting to be at McKeon Park on Tuesday.
And that is where the Gatemen will head on Tuesday, a 6 o'clock start for our coverage on the Gatemen Baseball Network. Make sure to join us. For our Claudia Chakamian, Sam Corman, Jacob Tobey, I'm Connor Federico. Have a great night.